Hello, I'm Craig Birch here at Manders Real Estate headquarters on the Compton Road in the heart of Wolverhampton with this week's property bulletin, and we're starting to see some of the ill effects now of the rise in interest base rates. It's not all an aftermath job. This has been coming for a few months. Bear in mind this has been predicted for a little while. Some thought it wouldn't take effect till 2019. Others thought that when the Bank of England, who make these decisions, met in June of this year, they would pass that particular decision then to rise in interest base rates. That didn't actually come into effect till November. That jumped from 0.25% to 0.5%. Customers nationwide, people who have a mortgage nationwide, are now concerned that will just be the start of added figures. So they're looking to remortgage and things of that nature, but they've got to measure it against something as well. Not everybody can remortgage, but there certainly is a trend of those who can remortgage and stay away from a variable rate. They are trying to do that. Reports from the Independent Media Lenders Association, they assessed brokers and lenders. The brokers reported 76% of brokers reported more interest than they are used to with remortgaging, and 23% of those said they had substantially been inundated with requests for remortgaging. The lenders, 23% of them, although a lot of them come through brokers of course, they report 23% more interest with them directly for remortgaging, of which 16% of those lenders said that interest had been substantial. They too had been inundated with requests or inquiries about remortgaging. But the Royal London report, they publish a report that tends to differ a little bit. The Royal London assessed themselves, the HSBC and Nationwide on two particular Fridays to see if they could measure if there was a big added interest in fixed rate mortgages. The first one they assessed was Friday the 13th. I'm not sure that's a great barometer of anything in any situation, but it was before the Bank of England reached that decision, and it was measured against November the 3rd, which was just after, could even be the day after, in fact, I'm losing all my dates now, but it could be the day after, in fact, the knee-jerk reactions would be made in relation to remortgage inquiries, with the decision being made and to take effect almost immediately. Probably more like the start of next month, but it feels like it's immediate, doesn't it? And they reported with most of their figures had either dropped or just stayed the same with fixed rate mortgages. So people are taking their time to think about it, and until we get the next set of figures, we probably don't know how it's going to affect, but there's certainly an option for those people moving forward. On to property prices. Property prices for November are already with us, and the West Midlands, I'm afraid, has dropped for November actually. It's not dropped much this year, but 1.4% month on month drop from October for average property prices in the West Midlands. Still a year-on-year improvement of 5.2%. That's from the Rightmove monthly report, but they also, even Rightmove themselves, do tend to say November is a typical month where it does start to slow down again in the run up to Christmas. Would you really want to be moving in the run up to Christmas or buying a house? Some people do, some people don't, not many do, hence it might pick up again in the new year. We'll have to see until we get the next set of figures and see how that one measures up. December might be even lower, we don't know, we'll find out when we get there. I'm Craig Birch, we'll see you next time for your next property bulletin.